Have you ever spent thousands of dollars planning something for your family, only to have them turn around and pretend you don't exist? Yeah, I know exactly how that feels. I spent over $20,000 planning what I thought would be a beautiful family reunion. I handled the venue, the catering, the decorations, even the band. And then, a few days before the event, my dad calls me. Maya, don't come, it's just a reunion. That's it. That's all he said. No apology, no explanation. I froze. I couldn't believe it. I worked so hard. I sacrificed so much. And suddenly, I wasn't even welcome. Who I am. My name is Maya, 27. Growing up, my family made it clear who the favorite was, my older sister Amber. She didn't work for anything. She got all the attention, all the praise. And me, I was the responsible one, the quiet one, the one who did all the work while they spent the rewards. I've always tried to be kind, helpful, and responsible, maybe too responsible. So when my dad suggested a family reunion, I jumped at the chance. I'll handle everything, I said. I wanted them to see me, to notice me, to finally say, thank you. Big mistake. Eka amiani nan afras tikden. I worked hard for my money. I saved every penny. I poured it all into the reunion, $9,000 on the venue, $6,500 on catering, $2,000 on decorations, set $2,500 for extra things like travel and entertainment. I planned every detail, every last detail, and yet, somehow, they thought I wasn't important enough to attend. A few days before the reunion, I started noticing little things. I wasn't included in the planning. I wasn't asked about guest lists. I didn't get updates on the schedule. Even the color scheme of the decorations was changed without asking me. Every time I tried to ask questions, the answer was greater than "we'll let you know" or silence. I tried to brush it off. Maybe they were just busy. But deep down, I knew the truth. They were excluding me. They didn't want me there. Stuxed. 3 days before the reunion, I finally called my dad. Dad, I need the final details. I paid for this. I want to make sure everything's ready. And he said, Maya, maybe it's better if you don't come. I froze. I had spent $20,000 planning this reunion. I had worked so hard, and now I wasn't even welcome. It's just a reunion, he added casually. I realized then that my family didn't care about me at all. They cared about appearances. They cared about their own convenience. And I thought, if they think I'll just sit back and let this happen, they are wrong. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I didn't storm into their lives. Instead, I sat quietly. I planned. I waited because I knew something very important. Revenge doesn't have to be loud. It can be quiet, calculated, and psychological. I smiled to myself. For the first time in days, I felt in control, and I knew by the time they realized what I had done, it would be unforgettable. After my dad told me not to come, I sat in silence for a long time. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just thought. I thought about everything I had done for them, all the money I spent, all the time I gave, all the energy I put into making the reunion perfect. And then it hit me. If they want to treat me like I'm invisible, let's see how invisible I can be while still being in control. I smiled calmly, quietly, because that's the best kind of revenge. Subtle, psychological, unforgettable. See, here's the thing. Every single contract for the reunion was under my name, the catering, the venue, the decorations, the band, even the photographer. Every one of them required my approval. They didn't read the contracts. They never do. They thought they could exclude me, and everything would magically happen. Big mistake. 2 nights before the reunion, I drove past the venue. It looked perfect, beautiful, elegant, exactly how I had planned it, and yet I felt nothing, because they didn't appreciate it. They didn't respect me. They didn't invite me. So I made my first move. I called the venue, calmly, politely. Chibwanen, hi, this is Maya R. Can we reschedule the catering and band to the day after the reunion? The person on the phone was confused, but they agreed. I hung up. And for the first time in weeks, I felt powerful. I didn't cancel anything. I didn't call Amber. I didn't alert my parents. I simply moved the entire event one day later. The caterers would show up after everyone left. The band would arrive to an empty hall. The decorations would sit in a perfect arrangement with no guests to enjoy them. And there was nothing they could do because the contracts clearly said only I could authorize changes. The day of the reunion arrived. I stayed home. I watched the chaos unfold via frantic texts and calls. Amber: Maya, where's the food? The band. Everyone is here. Dad: we can't start. Guests are arriving. What do we do? Mom: I don't understand. Everything was confirmed. I smiled because every single one of them finally felt the panic I had felt when they ignored me, and the best part, they had no idea I was behind it. First, Amber called. Maya: why is everything a disaster? We can't fix this. Oh, really? I replied casually. That's strange. Maybe check the contract. She went silent. Then my mom called. Maya, please. People are confused. They're leaving. You have to help. I'm sorry, I said. I don't fix things I'm not invited to. And I hung up. The panic was palpable. I didn't yell, I didn't scream, I didn't embarrass anyone publicly. I simply let the consequences of their own actions unfold. They realized quickly. They excluded me. They underestimated me. They didn't read contracts. And now they were paying the price. One of the texts I got from Amber made me laugh out loud. Maya, the clown we hired never showed up. This is insane. I replied, maybe next time, hire someone after you invite the person who planned everything. She didn't answer, which was perfect. By late afternoon, my family realized a harsh truth. They couldn't make the reunion happen without me. The venue staff refused to start without my approval. The catering refused to deliver without my confirmation. Even the photographer sent an email asking me directly. Suddenly, the golden children, the parents, the planners, they were powerless. I had been excluded, and now I was the only one who could save their day. Yiko. By the evening, my family's panic turned into pleading. Dad: Maya, please, we need you. Can you come? Mom: honey, we made a mistake. We can't do this without you. Amber: I'm begging you, help us. I didn't rush to their rescue. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I smiled, calmly, quietly. Because the best revenge isn't in anger or loud confrontation. It's in letting them feel the full weight of their mistake and finally learning a lesson. The next morning, I woke up with a calm I hadn't felt in weeks. No adrenaline, no anger, just calm. I didn't need to yell. I didn't need to make a scene because the chaos of yesterday had done all the work for me. I poured myself a coffee and watched the texts and missed calls pile up. Mom: Maya, the guests are asking for food. Amber: I can't believe this. We're ruined. Dad: please tell me what to do. I smiled quietly. The power I had felt yesterday. It was still there. By noon, my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Amber called again. Maya, this is insane. People are leaving. What do we do? I laughed softly. Maybe next time, consider inviting the person who made everything happen. No yelling, no drama, just words. Then my dad called. Maya, please, we made a huge mistake. Help us fix this. I paused, breathed, and calmly said, I hope next time you remember who actually runs things. I didn't say anything else I didn't need to. The silence said it all. I didn't humiliate anyone publicly. I didn't confront them aggressively. I didn't even make a dramatic scene. All I did was let the consequences of their actions unfold naturally. Guests left confused. Food arrived late, the band never played on time, and my family, they were left with guilt, regret, and panic. The most important lesson sank in. You can't underestimate someone who works hard, plans carefully, and stays calm under pressure. Later that evening, my parents called again. Dad: Maya, we were wrong. We can't believe we excluded you. Mom: you handled everything so well. We should have listened. Amber: I never realized how much you did. I'm sorry. I listened quietly. No yelling, no crying, no argument. I simply said, thank you. I hope you remember this lesson, because the quiet power of control is stronger than any yelling match. And in that moment, I realized something very important. Revenge doesn't have to be loud or dramatic. Revenge doesn't have to be cruel or messy. Sometimes the smartest revenge is letting people face the consequences of their own choices. Sitting on my balcony that night, sipping tea, I thought about everything that happened. I learned that kindness should never be taken for granted. I learned that people often only see the value of something once it's gone. And I learned that staying calm, thinking clearly, and acting strategically can be more powerful than anger ever could. For the first time in my life, my family understood Maya is not just responsible, Maya is unstoppable. And that realization, that was the most satisfying part of all. If you love this story, if you love psychological revenge, family drama, and emotional payoffs, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because I have more stories where people underestimated me. And trust me, the payback, it's always unforgettable. Also, leave a comment below and tell me, greater than, if you were in Maya's shoes, would you have done the same thing or something different? I want to hear your thoughts. Stay tuned, because the next story will make you question everything you thought about revenge.